Lieutenant Colonel, before you handled this case, that is in 2014, did you know our ballistic expert, Mr. Dave Peters?
10 past 4. You know what? Zithulele Nxumalo starts the day with such a question. Like, that is giving, no matter what you say about our ballistic expert, know that you know him before, so you can't even go ham on him. You will have to, first of all, acknowledge him before I proceed with anything else, because let me tell you something. It's about to go down. That is Nxumalo declaring immediate war and setting the stage for Chris Mangena, the state's ballistic expert, who's about to find out that he's not just Zithulele, he's about to offload a whole lot of bombs. Let's get into it, Mzansi.
That's correct, Malo.
Yeah.
How did you know him?
We were working together, Malo. He found me working at the lab.
When was that? In which year was that?
I can't recall which year. I started working at Ballistic in 1995, and then he came after. I don't know.
Is it also correct, Colonel, that you refer this court to some cases that you did outside the borders of the Republic? For instance, the one in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
That's correct, Malo.
And that involved the reconstruction of a case involving the Minister of Transport in that country. And your conclusion was that the wounds were self-inflicted. Is that correct?
That is correct, Malo.
Is it further correct that you told this court that you did that case last year, that is in 2023, around July 2023 or the beginning of August 2023?
But I can't recall the dates, but yes, last year.
Lieutenant Colonel, were you the only expert from the Republic of South Africa who went there to do the examination, or there were other experts?
Malo, from the ballistics, I was alone.
Do you know if there were any other independent experts who were from the Republic of South Africa?
Malo, I know that Mr. Peters, Dave Peters, went there after I compiled the report.
When did you compile your report? Finalize your report?
I compiled the report while I was still in DRC.
I'm informed by Mr. Dave Peterson that you are correct. He did attend to that scene in DRC. It was in November 2023.
Fun fact, I also remember this. I remember that it was in November 2023, and I'm laughing at my memory. Okay, my memory is a sponge. How do I know this? Because remember, there was a time Judge Rata was asking the defense about their ballistic expert, and then they said, we can't meet with him because he's out of the country working on another case. So guess this was the case. Guess this was the case. This is so interesting. So Dave worked on the same case as Mangena. While Dave is working from a private perspective, they also work together over there in the South African Police Services Forensic Lab, Ballistics and Dondoni. Okay, they work together. But Dave left and opened up a private company. Now this is where you see Umlungu, okay, can see further and do more with their skills, whereas, Mangena stayed within the South African Police Services. And, this is not a strike at This is not a strike at Mangena. Where are my words? This is not a strike at Mangena. This is the reality of many, many, many Black South Africans. Funding is a thing, and limited funding. Without it, you really can't go far. So you're limited to sometimes with your great skills to just continuously work for the state if you don't have the means to start your own operation. But now look at Dave. Okay? Coming through as a private ballistic expert and getting a legal aid to pay for him to sit in court every day. I bet you he's making a killing. The longer this cross-examination takes, the more legal aid pays. That is a fact. But let's continue on, because this is Nganegwane that I like. This story is going somewhere.
And he came to the same conclusion as you are.
Yes, but I know that he went to DRC after I compiled the report there, and he went there just to do a verification or compare it to do a verification on my report, and he came to the same conclusion as I did.
Sorry, my lord. May I request just an indulgence to approach Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm instructed by the expert, Mr. David Sassin, that he did not work on your report at all. He received the case and worked on the case and came to his own conclusion.
Well, I was informed that they needed a private, I would say, they needed another expert to come and do the reconstruction also and look at my report and see if we can reach the same conclusions.
It is fine, Lieutenant Kennedy is going to come and tell this court about the developments in that country, whether he worked on your findings or he exclusively worked on his own examination. Thank you. Finally, to rest this, he says that he never saw your report.
But I know that my report was there with them. And when he was called as an independent expert, he went there because my report was also there, just to confirm if my findings are the same. So the possibility of him seeing that report cannot be excluded.
You also told this court, Lieutenant Colonel, that you worked on the Marikana case.
Marikana case?
Yes.
No.
You did not.
I did not work on Marikana case.
Lieutenant Colonel, let us move to Exhibit C of the report, which is the photo album which was compiled by Constable Musia. May I request we deliver the court that the exhibit, that is Exhibit C of the record, be deemed for purposes of my cross-examination. Thank you, my lord. I see that the exhibit, that is Exhibit C, has been deemed for purposes of my cross-examination. If we can go to photo 5 of Exhibit C. When you arrived, Lieutenant Colonel, at the scene on the 27th of October 2014, did you see the bullet jacket at the scene?
My lord, as I said, when I arrived at the scene, crime scene management were busy processing the crime scene, and then they removed the exhibit. I didn't see the exhibit.
Is it also correct, Lieutenant Colonel, that you took photos, your photos of the crime scene and measurements at the scene on the 27th of October 2014?
That's correct, my lord.
If you can remember, we will now be using Exhibit X13A of the record. Where is it? Photo number 9 and 10 of Exhibit X13A, which is your photo album. Or your affidavit, I'm sorry. If you can remember, Lieutenant Colonel, the bullet which was fired 90 degrees on the floor tile, can you remember how far was it from the cupboards which are depicted on Exhibit C of Constable Musia?
On the photo?
Yes.
How far was it?
Yes, how far was it?
It was close to those cabinets.
MNISI warned the Lieutenant Colonel Mangena about these tactics, okay? Nxumalo asked a simple question. How far, okay, since you took the measurements and photos within the Khumalo Spa's house, how far was the 90-degree shattered tile from the cupboards? And that is such a simple question. So the answer should be 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, 10 meters. It is how far. I mean, science is the art of what? Precision, accuracy, and consistency. But he plays the game of, what do you mean, how far? Like, how far from where? From the cupboards? He's now asking all these redundant questions. Why, you wonder? Because Nxumalo attacked his credibility, his international status, and dangled a carrot of, you know what, our ballistic expert is going to come to explain his findings of the work you did over there in the DRC. So he's nervous, he's unsure, and he's feeling threatened. So he's trying to remain composed, at the same time protect himself, because he doesn't want to walk into another trap that he has been experiencing with MNISI. Like, MNISI kept guiding through, but every time he would be stuck in a mousetrap again and again. So this time he said, no, not with Zithulele and Nxumalo. I'm going to keep my eyes open and I'm going to make sure he doesn't get me. But you already know. Guys, please like the video. I think we're hesitating to like videos. I'm not sure why we're hesitating to like videos, but at this point, hit that like button for all the work I do bringing these videos to you as we go on. Let's get back into it.
Is it correct that you did not take any measurements?
Any measurement from
Yes,
the cabinet?
from the bullet hole to the cabinets, which are depicted on Exhibit C of Musia.
I took the measurements from the door to that point.
So the measurements from the point to the cupboards, you did not take any measurements?
From the point?
Yes, at the
No,
floor
I didn't
tile.
take measurements.
From the physical evidence, Lieutenant Colonel, that you found at the scene, were you able to tell if at the time when the person was firing a shot, which hand did he use to fire the shot, or you couldn't?
But I couldn't because I don't know which direction was the person facing.
Before I go there, Lieutenant Colonel, is it correct that you told the squad that you look at the shape of the bullet marking damage on the tile? It was a circular shape, and the shot was fired at 90 degrees, straight down. Do you remember that?
That's correct.
Is it further correct, Lieutenant Colonel, that you testified that if someone was close to that area, they could have been hit by the bullet fragments?
Yes, Malak, I said the possibility of a person who was close within that vicinity could have been hit by the fragments from the impact of that bullet.
Are you able to tell this court, Lieutenant Colonel, how far would be that person when the fragments hit him after the shot is fired 90 degrees?
Malak, I do not know where the person was when he fired the shot. I do not know which direction was he facing. So I cannot place him on the scene to say that he was standing here or he was standing this close to that part.
The defense do not even have to fight really hard to prove Mangena is incompetent. Let me repeat that one more time. Mangena is incompetent. And the reason I say that, first of all, it's not a personal attack. It's an attack of the skill set that he's displaying right here in Judge Ratta's courtroom. This is disgusting, disappointing. I'm trying to look for more words to express this, but you get where I'm going. How on earth are you, Mr. Ballistic expert? You see, we watch CSI, NCIS, all these movies, and we see how they measure everything, and everything is to a precision, and then they do the lasers, and then they move it, and then they try again at different angle till they get the right thing. Are you telling me you didn't do any of that? You didn't take the measurements from the bullet hole on the tile to the cupboard? Okay, was it 30 centimeters, 40 centimeters? It's a small kitchen. We heard Judge Ratta saying these are township homes. This is not a mega, okay? This is small, tiny. But you know what? I digress. You didn't take measurements of, we know. You didn't need to listen to the witness accounts because you don't really care. You care about physical evidence. Now we're in the physical evidence portion. Nxumalo is asking you, you don't have answers? That is a sign of a laziness, okay? A sign of, I'm only going to do the bare minimum. I've been told this is the gun. Place it at the scene. Make it make sense. How do you say out loud in a court of law, I don't know where he was standing? Why don't you give us 3 possibilities? Why are you not telling us 3 possibilities? If he was standing here, the gun would have shot here. So I eliminated that position. If he was standing here, the gun would have shot there. So I eliminated that position. You did that in the Oscar Pistorius trial where you got a promotion. No wonder MNISI said you have a bright future ahead of you. It is so bright. It looks like it's limiting. Okay, it looks like you're remaining a lieutenant colonel. There is no full colonel colors for you. But you know what? I digress. Let's listen on to an advocate. An advocate asked these basic ballistic questions that Mr. Expert did not do.
But you confirm from the physical evidence that that person who fired the shot at 90 degrees down would be in the vicinity of the damage on the tire.
Yes, because I'm looking at the damage on the tire.
Yes.
It's in a circular shape. If it's in a circular shape, it shows how the bullet flew. If it's like when you drop anything from, just drop it at 90 degrees, it falls direct. It's unlike when you push it to the side, it creates an oval shape impact. So this one is a round shape. It shows that it's at an angle of approximately 90 degrees. So I cannot say because it's 90 degrees. The person was very close or could have fired in this position, but I cannot tell which direction or how far was this person who fired the shot.
So we are not in a position to tell this court how far will be the person who is injured will be in relation to the person who is firing a shot at 90 degrees.
My Lord, I said whoever was within the vicinity of this bullet impact was closer to that, could have been hit by the fragments. So I cannot tell exactly how far would this person be.
By vicinity, what do you mean? A person who is in the vicinity. What do you mean by that?
Closer to that area of the bullet impact.
Could that person be a meter away?
In the person who shot the fire,
The person who is who got injured as a result of the shot being fired.
I cannot tell whether a meter or more than that, but within that vicinity. As long as you're within that vicinity, it can be a meter, it can be less than a meter, but within that vicinity. But I can't tell exactly how far it will be.
Lieutenant Colonel, for purposes of my cross-examination, I'm then going to read the passage at page 52 of the proceedings of the 18th of July 2023, where it reads as follows, and I quote, Miss Nxumalo, when I heard that hitting the floor, it is so happened that Tumelo also heard it, so that we heard the same thing. I ran into the bedroom and he ran into the bedroom. But I think it was relevant that I start at the top part of the record, at line 6 for the background history of my cross-examination. It reads as follows. Miss Nxumalo, when the fire went off, I then heard something hitting the floor, and then a spark went off, and then it hit me on my foot, close quotation. So we now know, Lieutenant Colonel, that as a result of that shot which was fired 90 degrees on the floor, Miss Nxumalo, Zithulele Nxumalo, got injured as she stayed in that passage. That is the passage of the record of the 18th of July 2023. But the question that I want to pose to you, Lieutenant Colonel, is that looking at the physical evidence that you found on the scene, vis-a-vis what this witness is saying in her evidence on the 18th of July 2023, what were the possibilities of this witness be in the position to identify the person who was firing a shot?
You know what? I did not see this one coming. This is a brilliant question. Yesterday, we saw the judge eliminate Tumelo Madlala's testimony. Today, Zithulele Nxumalo takes away Uzandi's testimony using the ballistic expert. This is brilliant because, hello, what do you mean? You don't know where the shooter was standing, okay? You don't know where he was. He could have been outside, guys. He could have been outside. Mr. Expert, too lazy to figure it out, work it out, give us possibilities, probabilities, nothing. So how can Zandi positively identify Bongani Ntanzi? Love it so much.
My Lord, that statement places her within the vicinity when the shot was fired. But of identifying the person, I cannot comment on that.
As we were part of the investigations, some of the investigations of this case, do you know if any identification parade was done?
I heard, my Lord, I heard there was parade, identification parade done, but I don't know anything about it.
Lieutenant Colonel, is it correct that part of the in-service training that you have received from the Forensic Science Laboratory is with regards to the identification of firearms?
That's correct, my lord.
Did you receive any training on IBIS tests?
On IBC, yes, I received training on IBC.
Is it also correct that you received training on terminal forensic ballistics? That is the wound or wounding effect that the bullet has on the tissue, that is wound ballistics, the effect that the bullet has on the target, and the effect that the target has on the bullet.
That's correct, my lord.
Is it also correct that part of the training that you received was that during November 2010, you attended a course presented by Ross M. Gardner and Vivel Gardner, an associate from the United States of America, which comprised of the following: that stain pattern analysis level 1, that stain pattern analysis level 2, and crime scene reconstruction level 1.
That's correct, my lord.
With regards to firearm identification, Lieutenant Colonel, I will take you to the exhibit that is Exhibit 13D, which is an affidavit compiled by Warrant Officer Rulovs. At paragraph 3 of Exhibit X13D, that is an affidavit which was compiled by Warrant Officer Rulovs. At paragraph 3, he says the following, and I quote: "On the 13th of February 2015, during the performance of my official duties, I received a sealed evidence bag with number FSE 385083 from the case administration of the ballistic section containing the following exhibits: 3.1, 19mm parabellum caliber CZ model 75 semi-automatic pistol with serial number obliterated and marked it 34369/15 and 1 magazine."
Listen, Nxumalo is the guy for the precision, okay? He doesn't drag a topic. You know, he could have dragged that whole Zandi thing for a whole day like MNISI, but Nxumalo drops and moves, drops and moves, drops and moves, and everything he drops is so effective. Now he's at what? Warrant Officer Rulov's, oh my God, testimony, where he goes through the fact that, first of all, we know that he got that gun in 2013. I already know where this is going, but of course, if you want to know where this is going, I'm going to have to put this in another video because this is going to get too long. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with my latest update with regards to Rulov and Red Pen Gang. Stop it, okay? And that's how I hear it. Have you guys even known that I have a lisp? Do you know that? You don't, because I work very hard. I work very hard to hide it so you don't hear it. So please, let's not try this potato business, because I didn't see you typing why does host or why does pinky or why does, what's the other one, stain. Why can't they say fisoguhle nduli? Host couldn't even say muzi kau, like, no, let's not do that, okay? And let us not do that. But you know what? I'm going off on a rant. I'm digressing. Let me end this video now because I don't want it to be too long. So you can join me on the next video where we talk about what? The gun that was in the Cleveland station before Senzo Meyiwa was shot. So did the gun walk out? Did the gun walk out, go shoot Senzo Meyiwa, and then come back to the police station? How does that work? Balance me real fast. I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Road to 40,000 subscribers.